A routine courtroom hearing takes an unexpected twist when a judge openly mocks a black woman standing before him. But when she calmly reaches into her pocket and pulls out something that shocks everyone, the entire courtroom falls into stunned silence. What happens next will leave everyone speechless. Let us know in the comments, have you ever seen someone underestimate the wrong person? Denise Parker took a slow, measured breath as she stepped inside the courthouse, her heels clicking against the polished marble floor. Nervous? Not at all. Annoyed? Absolutely. The justice system was meant to serve the people, yet time and time again, she had seen it favor the powerful. But today? Today wasn't about winning or losing, it was about making a statement. The air inside the courtroom was thick with murmurs. Lawyers shuffled papers, clerks tapped away at keyboards, and defendants sat hunched over, waiting for their turn. The moment Denise entered, heads turned, some subtly, others blatantly. A black woman, sharply dressed in a navy blue suit, walking with a kind of unshakable confidence that made people uncomfortable. She had dealt with it her entire life, the skepticism, the questioning stares. She strode to her designated seat at the defendant's table and carefully set down her file. Across from her sat the opposing attorney, an arrogant-looking man in an expensive charcoal suit. He leaned toward her with a smug smirk. "First time here, huh?" he said, his tone dripping with condescension and amusement. Denise didn't flinch. "You talk too much," she replied flatly, adjusting her cufflinks. For a split second, his smirk faltered. Then, with a chuckle, he leaned back in his chair. "All right, let's see if that attitude holds up when the judge rules against you." Denise knew exactly who she was up against. Judge Franklin Aldridge. A man infamous for his disdain toward women, especially black women, and his habit of ruling with a smug smirk. He was well-connected, influential, and had a long history of favoring the elite. The doors to the judge's chamber swung open, and the bailiff's voice rang out. "All rise for the Honorable Judge Franklin Aldridge." Everyone stood as the judge strolled in, his robe billowing slightly as he took his seat behind the towering desk. He barely glanced at Denise before focusing on the opposing attorney, exactly as expected. "Let's make this quick," Aldridge said, already sounding bored as he flipped through some papers. "Miss Parker, you're here challenging the ruling on Case 482J. Are you aware this is a complete waste of time?" Denise remained calm. "With all due respect, Your Honor, I believe the original ruling was based on incomplete evidence and a misinterpretation of the law." Aldridge let out a low, dismissive chuckle, one that irritated Denise more than anything. She had seen men like him her whole career. He thrived on belittling people in front of an audience, treating the courtroom like his personal stage. "Miss Parker," he drawled, resting his chin on his palm. "I admire your persistence, but let's be realistic. I've been on the bench longer than you've probably been practicing law." Denise tilted her head slightly. "You'd be surprised." The judge smirked again, amused by his own power. "I see a lot of people come through this courtroom, thinking they can argue their way to a different ruling. Most of them?
Wrong.
You, Miss Parker, are no exception." The audience chuckled, feeding his arrogance. The opposing attorney's grin widened. He already felt victorious. Denise, however, remained still, unmoved. She could feel the weight of the room, the silent expectation that she would crumble, that she would falter beneath the judge's condescension. But she didn't. Instead, she leaned forward slightly, her voice steady. "With all due respect, Your Honor, I'm well aware of how long you've been on the bench. I'm also aware of your reputation." A flicker of irritation flashed across Aldridge's face. "My reputation?" he repeated. Denise's expression remained unreadable.
Yes.
"You have a certain habit of underestimating people like me." The murmurs in the courtroom grew louder. The judge's smirk twitched, the first sign of discomfort. "Miss Parker," he said, forcing a chuckle, "I'd advise you to watch your tone." Denise let a small smile touch her lips. "That's funny," she mused, "because I was about to say the same thing to you." A wave of whispers rippled through the crowd. The judge leaned back, his amusement shifting into controlled irritation. "This is a court of law. Not a debate club, he snapped. Your motion is denied. Court is adjourned. He lifted the gavel, ready to strike it down. But Denise? She moved faster. Before the gavel could hit the desk, she reached into her pocket and calmly placed something on the table. The loud, unmistakable clang of metal against wood rang through the courtroom. A badge. Not just any badge. A United States Secret Service badge. The entire courtroom froze. The judge's hand stopped mid-motion. His face paled. His eyes locked onto the badge, and for the first time that day, he didn't have a witty remark. The opposing lawyer stammered, his previous smugness completely gone. Denise reached for her badge, flipping it open to reveal her full credentials. Denise Parker, United States Secret Service. The judge's fingers twitched. His smirk? Gone. The energy in the room shifted entirely. People exchanged wide-eyed glances, whispering amongst themselves. Denise let the moment linger, just long enough for everyone to understand exactly what was happening. Then, she leaned forward, her eyes locking onto the judge's. Now, she said, her voice calm, unshaken. Would you like to rethink your decision, Your Honor? Judge Franklin Aldridge sat motionless. His knuckles tightened around the gavel. The amusement in his eyes? Replaced. Replaced by something Denise recognized all too well. Fear. This courtroom had been his domain, his playground of power. But now? Now it wasn't just another hearing. This wasn't just another black woman standing before him. This was something else entirely. The judge's Adam's apple bobbed as he swallowed. His hand twitched, as if itching to regain control, but he knew better now.